There's something powerful about just having somebody there, right? Just having a companion. Aging at home sounds great. Being in your home that you've lived in for 30, 40, 50 years sounds amazing. I don't want to leave. We get it. But then the loneliness creeps in. Kids can't come by as much. Grandkids grow up and can't stay with you, have their own jobs, have their own families, have their own things they have to do, and they don't get by every day. But life still goes on for you. There's still 24 hours in a day, and how do we fill them, right? How do we fill these hours in the day when we've left our career, we've retired, right? We're finally in those golden years, but we're lonely. We don't have somebody to share that with. Maybe our life partner has passed on, our kids have moved away. How can we combat this loneliness that is affecting the senior community every single day? I'm Kendall Kares. This is Beyond the Care Plan, and I'm so excited to talk to you today. It's the little things in life that make us human, right? Whether that's just walking down the street and somebody saying they like your shirt, that's probably me, I do that quite a bit, or somebody just asking you how your day was. Those little comments you get from a coworker or a relative, just they make your day, right? I know when I go to these assessments and I hear these these crazy dad jokes, right? The grandpa jokes, the different senses of humor that I interact with is probably something that makes my day every single time. And I just think about it, I don't get to go into these houses every day. You know, a lot of times this is once every 2 or 3 months that I'm able to see my clients fully and get to talk to them again, right? I talk to them on the phone, right? But that true in-person interaction where you're able to have that sense of humor, where you're able to make a few little jokes. Those things are things a lot of seniors are missing out on right now, especially if they're living at home alone. They're in their house, right off to the side. I know if you're driving to my granny's house, you drive a little bit out of your way, but it's worth it because it's granny's house. But the problem is, eventually, you start getting off at 4 and 5 p.m. and you just want to go home, right? But granny hasn't had anybody to see her all day. That's where HomeWell kind of comes in. Now you know somebody's coming in to see granny. Now you know granny is taken care of. Granny has a friend. Granny has a companion. And a lot of times people ask us, I don't want to pay for a friend. I know that's a difficult thing to overcome, right? But that doesn't mean we don't care. That doesn't mean you aren't a part of our family. You're still a part of the HomeWell family. You are still somebody that matters to us, that we care about, and we want to see thrive in whatever type of situation they are in. That's our goal here at HomeWell. We want, whether you are staying at home alone, whether you are in a community, whether you have your daughter living downstairs, your grandson living next door, whatever your situation is, we want to make it a little bit friendlier. We wanted to make it to where you have somebody, anytime you want somebody, just to talk to, just to hang out with. When your family can't be there, let us be there. I want to dive in right here to talking about our LEAP program. It is called our Life Enrichment Activities Program, otherwise known as LEAP, right? And this is where we come in on that first free assessment that we do at the beginning of all clients' journeys with us. And we ask specific questions. What was your previous career, right? What did you used to do for fun before, maybe your legs left you, right? Before you weren't able to get down and garden anymore. What was your favorite activities to do 5 years ago, last year, before this event happened to make you look into caregiving services? What led you to this? I ask these questions and you know, I think about yesterday when I did my assessments, and one sir, that I met with, um, he has a son over in Gallatin who's very busy, right? And comes and sees dad when he's able to. And dad has built a community with his neighbors, and they're able to hang out and they're able to get to know each other and they're able to do gardening and stuff like that. But it's about to get hot. And so we're worried about walking to each other's houses and it being really hot. That's why we have a caregiver, right? Somebody there that if the unexpected happened, if the situation were to come up, we have somebody there. We have somebody there that can make sure everything's okay and hopefully prevent that from ever happening by maintaining water, maintaining, you know, the general health of the client, right? So LEAP can come in for this family very well, for this man very well, because I'm sitting there talking to him. He loves the show house. He loves to talk. He loves sports. He wants somebody around, right? Just somebody there. And then, you know, there all comes a time eventually where I'm not able to walk down the street, right? And now I have a caregiver coming to my home that is here to talk to me, here to yap with me, who cares about me. Our caregivers, I mean, I'll get calls from some of my caregivers and they will say to me, I loved her. Can I go back? Can I have her ongoing? I really enjoy working with her. That happens probably every single day. And it's one of my favorite parts of the job as well. So again, our Life Enrichment Activities Program is available for any family that needs a little extra help. We try to include this for all of our families, making sure that we know their favorite TV shows, their favorite foods, their favorite drinks, right? What do they like to do for fun? Do they like to go to the garden? Do they want to be pushed around the mall? What is it that they want to do? Do they just want to go through a drive? I had a neighbor who he asked me one day, knocked on my door and asked me if I would come just drive him around just a little bit. He didn't feel confident driving, but he really wanted to go for a ride. And I took him for a ride and we had a great time. I loved him. But anyway, enough about little random stories that pop up in my head. Life Enrichment Activities Program. What is it that you like to do? What is it that your loved one wants to do? What are those things that y'all just don't have enough time for, but mom and dad really want to do? Is it gardening? Is it doing a puzzle? Is it playing board games? Is it binge watching a TV show or some different movies where mom just doesn't want to watch it alone? I know I can relate to that. I make my brother come over and watch movies with me when I don't want to watch them alone. But sometimes these seniors, it's hard for them to do that, especially if a spouse has passed or family's moved away. HomeWell's here to help. Let us implement the LEAP program with you today. Hi guys, my name is Kendall Kares with HomeWell Cares, and I'm here today with Taylor Barger.
Hi.
She is one of our care managers here at HomeWell. She has been with us for 5 years, a little bit longer than I have myself. And
Took a lot for her to say that.
And she is one of my very best friends as well. So I'm gonna dive right in with some questions. So tell them a little bit about who you are, Tay.
Okay, I am Taylor. Like she said, I'm one of the care managers at HomeWell. I have 2 little girls, Ellie and Ivy. They're both pretty much the basis of my world, other than when I'm at work. And I live on a 100-year-old farm with like a compound, so all my family lives very, very close together.
Yes, and so fun fact about HomeWell, her and her sister are both care managers here at HomeWell. So how is that like? How is it like working with your sister on a daily basis? Y'all do the same exact job, just about.
So she's the little one, I'm the big one, of course. I'll give her credit that she is about the sweetest thing I've ever met in my whole life. And she is constantly pushing me to be a better person. And at work, it's almost like we kind of just tag team things. So whether or not one of us needs to change what we're doing for the day, the other one will dive right on in and take the task. So nothing gets missed. We're just kind of a big dynamic duo, if you'd ask me. I think we work pretty well together.
So tell me, what exactly does a care manager do?
So I am more or less kind of like your dedicated care manager of, I'm going to make sure your mom and dad or your loved one, whoever the case may be of who the client is, that they are well taken care of and matched perfectly with another caregiver. So my goal is essentially to find the right caregiver that we have, and we have a huge selection. So basically we do an assessment, a meet and greet with the client, and from there I take all of the information of the care plan that me and the family or the client have made, and I go and I look into our system and look into all my notes with Maggie and see exactly who's going to be the right fit for the client.
Okay.
That's a gist of it. Just a small gist
Just a
of my
small bit
of my job, but it is a big part. It's a big part.
Absolutely. So what really made you want to do this?
Okay. So for me, I started when I was 18, fresh out the door. I had a lot of experience also taking care of family members that needed some help. And then I got into some, working with some facilities, and I decided I wanted to take a step back and try something different. So my parents, they own a staging and design business. So me and my sister both actually tried that. It was horrible. We will never, ever do that. And so I decided to come back to caregiving, and I started as a caregiver here as well. And I put the time and dedication in and worked my way up to care manager, and the same with Maggie. And that kind of brought me to where I am today.
Yeah. So what keeps you going? Why do you keep doing this? What keeps you waking up every day choosing to serve this community?
So I have a real passion for taking care of clients. I absolutely love just either, giving them that support to stay in home or finding them the right resources to, have a better life at the moment. I will tell you that one of my huge reasons I do this is also because I love the caregivers. So just a little background, I get to watch caregivers grow into their role with what my job description is and things like that. And one of the most beautiful stories I have is, there's actually two of them. There's one, her name is Sarah. She's got 6 kids. She had never done caregiving a day in her life.
She's one of the best.
But she actually has put in so much work and effort and time into becoming one of the greatest caregivers I've ever seen, and has now become a lead caregiver at one of our independent living buildings that we help have a program there to keep the clients in the retirement homes. It's basically just some assistance. But anyways, beside that point, it has been truly a beautiful sight to see her grow and blossom. And the other one I'd have to say is Lacey. She was a server in Nashville. I brought her to the team, and lo and behold, she's one of our greatest caregivers. I mean, she really,
Yes.
She's so dedicated and compassionate. And both of these caregivers, neither of them had any back ties to caregiving. They didn't have any experience. So it was great. Okay. So yeah, back to Lacey. So she was a server in Nashville, and she has been one of my closest and dearest friends since we were in kindergarten. But I said, "Hey girl, I got a job for you. Why don't you come try this out?" And she said, no, that's not for me." And I said, yes, I promise you'll be great at it. You're such a people person. You absolutely love people. She tried it, and she has not looked back since. She loves it. She lives and breathes it,
And
just like
she's
Sarah.
amazing.
And she is amazing. She's amazing.
We get so many compliments about Lacey. She is one of our greatest. She works over at Effelman Estates, and she is just...
Yeah, and she's actually
one of our very
doing
best.
some private now as well.
Oh,
with
okay,
some of our
yeah.
private clients. So
She had started off at Effelman.
yeah,
I
she
guess I
started
should
off,
say.
and now
I should
she's
say
kind
that.
of just moving all around. So if any of you get to meet her, you'll love her as well, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what is something you would want to tell somebody that's looking at getting a job here?
let's see, for getting the right job here, this is the place. I truly live and breathe the heart of HomeWell. That is what we wake up to in the morning. That's what we go to bed by. We want every caregiver to feel like they're a part of a team, and more importantly, part of a family. We hear you, we listen, we answer the phone, we will talk you through things, we will train you, we will show you. We've got weekly pay, we've got great kind of benefits things, we've got daily pay, we've got coach up care, which is amazing, and we're able to give points even just for clocking in, just for coming to work and doing your job. We get to basically
scan it real quick,
recognize those things. So we are very, very happy to have you.
Just a quick little glimpse of our Coach Up Care website. We absolutely love it. So Taylor, what would you say to a client? What would you say to a client that's wanting to work with HomeWell?
I would say this, that I promise that I will give your grandma or your mom or your dad as much attention as I would my own grandparents, as much as I would my own Gigi, who I absolutely adore. You will feel like a part of my family, and I will make sure that you have that compassion, trusted care, dedicated care manager, a care plan that's out of this world. I will make sure that your parents feel safe.
Yes, and thank you so much, Taylor, for coming
Kendall.
with us today. I did want to plug right here, tell our caregivers, anybody that's watching that might want to come join us. Tuesday, May 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will be hosting a hiring event. You can come in, you can meet our team, you can meet me, Taylor, our owners, you can meet everybody. Come on in, get some free ice cream, and come join the HomeWell family.
Yes, please join us. And even if you want to come on a Tuesday or Thursday, just give us a call. 615-622-9422. That's the caregiver line. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, and please call us anytime again. Thank you for watching.